Hey y'all, give me 1 second. I'm trying to hit this go live on IG. I hate looking up, but I'm going to see if it. All right, so come on in, friends. Let me know that, like, drop in the chat that you can hear me. Drop, hey Shevvy, what's going on? Okay, perfect. Samantha's here. Can you hear me? Drop a one in the chat. Hit if you can hear me. Let me slow down. I'm like, if. Um, okay, perfect. First of all, let me see something. Okay, let's see. All right, y'all. Well, come on in. Say hello. Let me know where you're joining from. And I'm late today due to just spending time with my kiddos, y'all. And as a mom, as a single mom, you know, when it comes to spending time with your kiddos, especially the young adult ones, we have to make sure that we are taking advantage of those times. Okay. So my daughter came down, you know, by the time she came down, I started cooking and having conversations and sitting at the table and just kind of reminiscing and sharing stories of their birth stories, which they loved. I looked up, it was already after 4. So I said, you know what? I'm not going to rush. I'm still going to show up here at this time because, again, I want to be consistent. I want to show you and also show other realtors who are afraid to get on the live, know that even though you may have a set time to go live, guess what? Life happens and you adjust. And that is what I'm doing. But welcome to my Sunday live where we talk real estate. If you are moving to the state of Alabama, this is the channel you need to follow if you want to learn about the community, housing, the military community. So welcome. If you're new here, drop a 2 in the chat if you're new here and this is your first time seeing me, joining me. And if you're watching this later on, #replay. And today we're going to be talking about we're going to be talking about VA home loan benefits. And as a retired Air Force veteran, multi-passionate individual, so here underneath S&M Realty Group, I am part of KW Montgomery, which is Keller William Montgomery. But I am a certified realtor here in the state of Alabama. And what I focus on is really helping military families who are moving here and professionals who are moving here to the state of Alabama to buy, sell, and build their next home in the state of Alabama. Thank you for Samantha. She said spending time with family, especially children, is so important, but also she is from New Jersey. Thank you for joining. Yes. So definitely if you are a military, whether you are still active duty, you're a veteran looking to move here, you're retired and you want to learn about the community, you're a professional moving to job, maybe nursing, maybe you're a doctor, maybe you're a teacher, maybe job relocation, definitely reach out to me. And also, if you're looking to just kind of really connect with someone who can not only help you find a home, but help you to find a community where you're like, okay, this is the place I want to be, but also help you to, if you're married, to ensure that, hey, what are some resources that are out there for my spouse or significant other? Drop the word guide in the chat and I will definitely send you over my guide, Moving to Alabama guide. Okay, but today we're going to be talking about VA home loan benefits. So if you are a veteran, drop a 3 in the chat. If you're watching this later on, I still want you to drop a 3 in the chat because I want to kind of gauge who I'm speaking to. Because yes, this specific topic is for veterans, but maybe as you might be a friend of a veteran who is not aware of these benefits. And the reason I'm speaking about this because I, as a veteran, when I first purchased my first home, I was not aware of the process of utilizing a VA home loan, which can be complicated because when you don't know what you don't know, you don't know. And sometimes the realtor may have some knowledge and sometimes they may not have the full scope of what all is required and really explain to you as a veteran what you're entitled to, because sometimes, honestly, they're just looking to get to the sale. And as I look back on my first purchase using my VA home loan, it was a, hey, sweetie, 29, thank you for joining. I'm trying not to look up because the back and forth. But let me see if I can do this. Let me see if I can do this. Hopefully it's not an echo. Let's see. So I can see myself and see you. All right. I think we're good to go. I think I have a solution. All right, y'all. So as I was saying, so when I went through my first home purchase using my VA home loan, my realtor kept asking me for a eligibility letter, and I'm like, what is that? But they did not explain to me where I need to go get the letter or anything. So that took, I think that added on an extra 2-3 weeks on top of the time we were supposed to close. So we were just frustrated. And then finally they were able to get the eligibility letter from the VA because I was not aware that, hey, this is something that I needed. So I want to make sure that for me, it's not just being a realtor. It's really about helping you all be educated on what's available for you as a veteran. Okay. And even after serving 22 years in the Air Force, there's still so many benefits that I am still learning about. And when you're in active duty, we are not fully aware. Okay. So definitely, if you're still in active duty, start doing your research. But I want to talk about the VA home loan benefits. And this is going to help you to not only purchase your first home, but could be your second home, could be your third home. And one misconception that I thought, and I think a lot of veterans think like, oh, when you use your home, your VA home loan, that's it. Well, that is false, because that's what I believe as well too. Like, oh, I use it, that's it. But what I've learned throughout my process as a realtor and even purchasing my second home, you get to use the VA home loan multiple times, but there's a process. You can't just say, hey, let me, go buy 4, 7, 6 houses under my VA. You can, and it all depends on the amount, the cap. So when it comes to the Department of Veterans Affairs, it's a big umbrella. It houses many different things from VA, disability, healthcare, home, the cemetery, burial, all of it, anything that is dealing with veterans. And every year, just like the budget, it goes up to Congress. According to the VA website, the VA as a whole requested $441 billion. And all of that ties into everything that the VA is going to support for fiscal year 2026. But when it comes to the home loan, and this is a post that I saw on LinkedIn, because I'm on LinkedIn quite often for my consulting and my leadership side of the business. The Deputy of Veterans Affairs, Paul Lawrence, he made a post sharing that for VA, underneath the home loan, guaranteed 29 million home loans within I believe this was this fiscal year, which was October of 2024 to September 2025. Okay, so that's $29 billion of guaranteed home loans. And as a veteran, that is significant for us, because what that means for you as a veteran, if you're thinking about buying your first home, you're moving here, you're like, okay, I already have a home in Texas, already have a home in New Jersey, already have a home in Hawaii. Guess what? You can still use your VA benefits. Because what I've learned when I was helping another veteran to position her house to sell her house, that we have this annual cap. So every VA veteran, whether active duty, you have a cap. And that is set by Congress every year to say, hey, every veteran has maybe $806,000 for that year to spend on their home. So you get to choose whether you want to buy a house for almost $1 million or be strategic and be like, okay, where am I living? For example, if you live in the state of Alabama, you might want to say, okay, let me buy this house for $250,000, for example. You live in that house for about a year, and then you say, okay, I'm looking for something different. You can find another house for maybe $350,000. So far you got $350, $250, that's $600,000. That still allows you to still have an extra $200K remaining. So that means I have one property that I can rent. Also, I'm now living, because you have to live in the home for a certain period. For example, if you moved here, you PCS here to the state of Alabama or a different, base, and you're there for 6 months, and then bam, you got another assignment to go somewhere else. Guess what? You get to keep that house, or you can choose to sell it. But I'm going to be smart and say, okay, let me keep this house, rent it out, and then move to my next location and purchase another home. But again, it has to be within that gap, that ceiling. It cannot go over. And if you are at the ceiling, you cannot go. And from my knowledge, and I could be wrong, but I'll double check that not unless you sell that specific house, then the money's like back. It's like a pot of money. So when you use it, it's gone. But when you put it back in, it comes back. So for example, if you sell the house because you had 3 houses, now that house was $250,000. Now that money is, because you no longer own that house. So that $250,000 is now put back into your cap that you have to spend. So this is how you can leverage your veteran home benefits to buy multiple properties. Okay, whether that's a duplex, depending on the state, maybe, like New Jersey, New York, Maryland, there's a lot of duplexes, East Coast. So definitely really look into your benefits. And if you're like, Shevvy, I need to learn more because I'm looking to purchase my next home. I'm moving to Alabama. And if you're like, okay, I'm not moving to Alabama, do you know anyone that you connect me to in a different state? Yes, just hit me up and just say, hey, Shevvy, this is what I'm thinking about. Do you know anyone in Georgia? Yes, hit me up. So, and the great thing about VA home loans, 0 down payment. And for me, my current home, I only had to bring, it was under $3,000, but that was more for it wasn't for the loan. It was for other expenses like closing costs and different things. But for the home loan, it was 0 interest rate. And also with the VA, we know that the VA let the bank know, like, hey, we are going to back this person loan if they default. The goal is not to default on the loan. It's to make sure, hey, 25, we'll support 25% of this loan if it gets default, because you're still responsible for that loan as the veteran. Okay. So when it comes to VA home loans, no down payments, no mortgage insurance, which is PMI, which more, if you're not a veteran, what this means is, excuse me. This is your private mortgage insurance, PMI. I was looking like, where's my notes? And this just means that if you're a non-veteran and you don't bring that 20% to that to offset like your down payment, then, for example, you will get an annual fee added on to your mortgage loan. It's like a security net, just like the VA is saying, hey, you don't need this PMI, which again is a private mortgage insurance, because you're a veteran. So if you have a loan for $350,000, we are backed by the VA. But if you are non-VA person, then a percentage will be added on to your loan, where you get charged an annual interest on your monthly mortgage payment. So this is an incentive as well too, that now you might be saving an extra $200-$300 based on your interest rate that you don't have to pay because you are a veteran. So if you are a veteran, like I said, and you're moving to the state of Alabama or somewhere else, and you want to really tap into the benefits and really understanding how to leverage those resources that are available to you as a veteran, let me know. Reach out to me, send me the word VA home loan or the word loan, or veteran. And if you're like, hey, Shevvy, I'm not a veteran, but I have a friend who is not aware, connect us, okay? Because I am that person. I like to connect to folks because I want to make sure that you are able to leverage your entitlements, because you are entitled to these benefits because you've earned it. I did 22 years in the United States Air Force. I've deployed in combat, all the things. I've seen some things. I've dealt with a lot of things. So definitely I am leveraging my benefits as a veteran. Any questions? Drop it in the chat. What questions do you have of me? Let me know. And also, while you are thinking about a question, if you don't have a question right now, you can drop a question later on. I have my guide, Moving to Alabama. And if you are looking to just kind of a very structured, straightforward list of information for you, your spouse, but also for the school, the community, surrounding areas like Montgomery, Prattville, Wetumpka, Millbrook, also resources in the sense of jobs for your significant other. Definitely DM me the word guide, or you can drop the word guide in the chat, and I will happily send it over to you. What else? Let's see. That is it. Just to recap, again, you have these benefits. You have a cap. It might be $806,000 to spend for that year, 2025. We have 2026 fiscal year starting October 1st. So definitely that may increase, that may decrease, depending on the budget, of course, when it is approved by Congress, but definitely leverage your entitlement, my friends. So if you are in the market, you are looking to buy your next home in the state of Alabama, reach out to me. Samantha said no questions right now, but I will share your information. Thank you so much, Samantha. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you being here, Sweetie 29 as well too. Again, even if the person is out of state, I have connections, so send them to me and I can connect them to a person that I trust to help them leverage their benefits. Okay. Well, all right, y'all. Well, I will be here next Sunday, but a little earlier, unless life is happening. So I want to thank you all for joining me. Share this live with someone else in your community. #replay. And if you are a realtor and you are looking to get comfortable on camera, my friend, I want you to connect with me, follow me, because I'm going to be launching something in October to help realtors who are maybe new in the real estate space and who are not comfortable getting on camera, like going live, to help you really get confident, but also create opportunities leveraging going live on social, because it definitely works for me. I'm, bringing what I do on LinkedIn over here to grow my business, but also help you as well too as a realtor. So thank you all so much for joining me. I'm not even sure what I'm going to call this Sunday, if it's just like the Sunday Live with Shevvy or something. But if you guys have a name, drop it here. Let me know what you would love for me to call this Sunday. It could be Sunday Connect, Sunday Connect, connecting with Shevvy, where we talk about real estate, family, all the things here. Because for me, it's not just real estate, it's about the holistic approach. That's how I operate in every aspect of what I do. And I want to make sure that when you and I work together, that you get that same experience as we're working together. All right, y'all. Well, thank you so much for joining. And I'm your girl, Shevvy, helping military families and professionals who are moving to the state of Alabama to buy, build, and sell their next home. And reach out to me if you guys have any question, and I will see you all next Sunday.